Our message affirmation this morning is I find true rest and peace in the silence. And indeed, we can and we do. And we just had a marvelous example of that when our meditation took place. And that was such a wonderful time to stop and reflect. And as Mary mentioned, oftentimes the mind, even though the body is still, the mind keeps moving. The mind keeps moving. And that can be one of the most challenging things when we talk about becoming meditative and prayerful, is the fact that we live in this modern world and so much stuff is happening. And so many of us, we wander around with these little phones, or we're in front of a computer all day, or we're in a busy world where every street is so traffic filled, it seems to take 5 times as long to get to where we need to go. And so all of these things are building up and they're constantly going through our mind. And so when it comes time to relax and to find the silence, we can find that our mind is moving so rapidly because we're thinking about all of these different things, and that can be a challenge. And so, like with anything, it takes practice to become a good meditator and to quiet the mind for that period of time that you want to find yourself centered and connected with the divine. And of course, one of the main reasons that we do this is so that we can become centered and connected with the divine. And I think it is so appropriate that of all days that Chrissy got to sing her song, because indeed, when we do find ourselves connected with the divine and in peace, things like, having the biggest house or having the best spouse or having, all these wonderful, great things that we as a Western civilization are taught to be seeking, when we realize that all of that really means nothing. The most important thing is to be comfortable with ourselves and know that we indeed are our perfect best. We are our perfect best in all things that we do. And in taking that opportunity to connect with the divine, we become more aware of that. As I mentioned, we are in the Lenten period, and this is the Unity publication of the Lenten period. And as I have mentioned for years, when we're in the period of Lent, when we know that in a lot of conventional faith beliefs, when we talk about Lent, we talk about giving something up, maybe giving up chocolate or ice cream or beer or nights out on the town or whatever it is that is something that you enjoy, that you want to show your true faith by giving up. We, in the New Thought world, we talk about giving up things like, I'm going to give up on self-doubt. I'm not going to have any more self-doubt. Or I'm going to give up on feeling low about myself. I'm going to give up on feeling depressed. I'm going to give up on feeling that I can't reach that highest goal that I want for myself. And so when you think about this Lenten period, this period that we go through before we get to Easter, and what you're going to give up, think of a negative thing that you're walking around with, a negative emotion. Maybe it's a strong dislike for a neighbor, a coworker, or a relative, something that is holding you back from being your true best. And that's what you're going to give up for Lent. And as you go through this Lenten period, think of all those things that do hold you back and give them up for Lent. And to go back to keeping a true Lent, today's word is actually Sabbath, and it talks about the Sabbath and taking time to find peace by resting and enjoying the silence. And of course, in our busy worlds, not everybody does have the opportunity to take, a lengthy period of time to be meditative. But, if you can find maybe 5 minutes a day to stop and become reflective, that in itself is a very powerful thing. And of course, that adds to your exercises, your training in becoming a good meditator. Even if you can only devote up to maybe 5 minutes a day, maybe, stop during your break period or whatever you're doing during your day, and take that 5 minutes and simply quiet your mind, practice on quieting your mind and centering yourself to become connected with the divine. And indeed, you'll find that that is where true rest and peace are. They are in the silence, not only when we're in a place of silence in the outer world, but when we can silence our mind inside and become connected with the divine. And so our goal for the week is to give yourself a period of silence. Enjoy the restful peace that this brings to your life. And the good news is, because we like to consider ourselves the Good News Fellowship, because we always talk about good news, because, of course, that is what's out there. That's the lives that we're meant to have. We're meant to have lives of great things. So the good news is that through our use of meditation and prayer techniques, we can indeed find true rest and peace in the times of silent reflection we allow ourselves. These are the things that allow us the true state of great happiness, great health, great prosperity, great love, and great peace every day and every way. So as you go through the week, hopefully we can take that with us, that even if we don't have the opportunity to set aside maybe 30 minutes, but a simple 5-minute period, and train yourself to allow your mind to stop and become peaceful so that you can become meditative and that you can indeed align yourself with the presence and the power of the divine and have that special thing for you inside of you every day in every way. Just exactly what Chrissy was singing about. I think that's so, as you said, serendipitous that of all days that you would be able to sing that song. This is what we're talking about, is being happy with you and all that you are and all that you have, because you are the perfect child of God. You were created in the image of God. God is perfect. Therefore, you are perfect, and we are perfect, spiritual and divine in all that we do. All right, I'd like to invite you to join me now in prayer. Eternal and loving Spirit, we thank you for the opportunity to take the time to connect with you every day through meditation, through prayer, through our thoughts of you. We thank you for guiding us, for directing us, for blessing and protecting us in all of our activities and every day in every way. We thank you, eternal and loving God. Amen.